A little bit more grass left on this one as Hannon Dalby comes in. Lovely drive through the covers, Fletcher Middleton. There's a race on here. I think the ball is going to win that one. Yes, it is. Just stroked into the gap. Lovely shot to get off the mark. Hampshire 4 without loss. Hannon Dalby comes in again and bowls. Edge caught at the second attempt. And there's the first wicket of the morning, caught by Rob Yates. Little bit of a juggling catch.
Bamber once more round the wicket, and he's clipped through mid-wicket this time. That will find the gap, and it should just about make it over the boundary rope for 4. And it's quite a short boundary, probably not much more than
that came over at that time. Hannon Dalby bowls. Forward is Gubbins, pushes that into the gap. That could race away to that short boundary side towards the school children. Hence why the noise level has increased.
But are they right-hand dominant?
Well, there's a drive there, and that was super. Whether that was top hand dominant or bottom hand, that's raced through point.
Bamber's in again, driven straight by Gubbins. Lovely shot, not a full extension, just a push straight drive, and it's gone for 4, and that will make the left-handed batsman feel. He's at the crease, delivers it nice and full and driven by Gubbins. Nicely timed shot out to long off, just a check drive, but
this spell is when he pitches outside the left-hander's leg stump. But this is straight and outside off stump, and he's driven, and that'll be a chase along the boundary for Simmons, whose sun hat flies off his head, and then he goes down to scoop the ball up left-handed.
To think a bit more, really.
Oh, now a top edge here into the leg side, and it's going to go safe towards the short boundary. It's actually to go for 6.
I can understand why these batters are being very careful. Edged, oh, he's edged this one. That is the wicket. Caught by Alex Davis. Perfect delivery there from Webster. Webster around the wicket to the left-hander Stoneman. Edged, oh, gone between keeper and first slip. Alex Davis flung himself to his left. It went very quickly. And what first slip is quite wide there, Tom Latham.
This is cut by Preston, who gets his first boundary with a very nicely worked shot wide of the man at deep gullies end. Malik bent his knees, got down nice and low for that shot, but now he edges behind and he's gone. And that is another huge wicket just before lunch. Reward for Ed Barnard for that spell. We'll come back to one of the previous games in a moment.
It's turned away down fine by Mark Stoneman. It's gone very fine. There's nobody there, and that'll be 4 runs to the left-hander. He moves on to 39, and it is 81.
As Webster approaches, and he is clipped off his hip, and there'll be runs here for Stoneman, probably 2. It's Ethan Bamber chasing after the ball, and he's able to gather. As Bamber is 2 fallen onto the pads, and it's turned behind square, and that's beautifully timed by Brown, because neither fielder is a million miles away from where that was.
Something I have though mentioned, not in this game, but in previous games, that's tucked away fine, and again there's more of a backward square leg than a fine leg, and that's going for 4, right below us.
Bamber to complete the over. Brown driving beautifully through the covers for 4. And that hits the cover and rebounds about 10 yards back onto the... Due for your first 100.
Hannon Dalby to Brown, cuts that away, and that is a 1 for Malik to chase, but the ball has been hit a little too well, although not as well timed as Brown.
So Hannon Dalby bowls, and does he get an edge, or is it the pad? It is an edge, and Stoneman is given out. He looks at the umpire, absolutely puzzled by that decision.
In a half a dozen or a dozen games.
Here's Hannon Dalby from the city end. Dawson flicks that away, down to fine leg. That's another shot which goes very fine. Wicket has given a little help to the bowlers. Brown strokes that nicely off the back foot, finds the gap through point. Malik is after it, and that ball is going to win that race. And he's a very fast outfield. Barnard over the wicket, bowls, cut away by Brown. It's going for 4. Almost looked too close to him actually, but he still managed to find the angle.
That's certainly true of the ball that got Gubbins. As this is very full and driven through the covers for 4, and Ben Brown will help himself there. He's flashed a couple of cover drives through now. Watch, haven't given too many free runs away. But this is very full, and he's chopped on. Well, just as we talk him up, Ben Brown gets out, and he can't quite believe it. It was another very full ball there from Bo Webster. As Barnard bowls, he's full and he's driven, and it's immaculately dispatched there from Dawson. Over pitch, he's into double figures. 13 for Dawson, 138 for 5. That was a nice stroke.
The bad luck seems to catch on. Dawson works that full delivery through mid-on, nicely timed. Let's go for 4. Well, he's done no more than just lean on that one. Comes in again, Simmons. That's flicked away down to fine leg, and again that's gone fine. I'm really interested to know here how the thought process is of the fine leg. Runs away from us. As Dawson plays lovely off the back foot, beats the diving fielder at point, and that is a short boundary, and it's just been helped over it. I don't think any blame is on the fielder there for Hampshire, and Mo Abbas then sort of losing his contract. Now that's a lovely shot, high, that's going over mid-on for 6. Well, Toby Albert isn't hanging around with that one.
Warwickshire want the Hampshire innings ended. Hampshire want to start picking up some bonus points as Dawson defends, and we reach tea. 64 overs gone. Hampshire 189 for 5.
And then you're in trouble. There's a sweep shot there from Albert. Goes fine, and that's going for 4. Nice shot, Toby Albert. I'll come back to that. As Dawson just plays that very late, works that down to 3rd. That should go all the way.
Yeah.
Nicely played, Liam Dawson. Just used the pace of the ball. Comes in, right arm over, past the umpire. Bowls. Dawson edges caught. Bit of bounce outside the off stump. And that slip, who was around about 2, maybe 2.5.
Ball just back of a length. He's whipped round the corner. That should be 4 to the short boundary. There's no way that's going to be caught up with. And another boundary for Albert. He's to 25. 198 becomes 202. 202 for 6. A rare occasion that Taz Ali has dropped short. As this is chipped straight to mid-wicket, and he's gone for 29, Albert. Well, that's a horror shot. He's hit it straight into the safe hands of Rob Yates, who gets his 3rd catch. Nice tight ring, just one man deep on the offside, and he's hit straight back at himself, and he goes beyond Taz Ali for 4. And it was technically a catchable height, but it has been struck pretty firmly there by Abbott. And he's in again, and this is launched over the short mid-wicket boundary. Is it going to go all the way? I suspect it is, and it is indeed. It comes in to Fuller, forcing shot off the back foot. He's timed that well, and he'll split Hayne and Hannon Dolby, and it goes for 4. Barnard approaches once more, and this is edge, and it's another take for Rob Yates, his 4th catch of the day. Safe pair of hands yet again, Yates. He could well. He's going to launch this one over mid-wicket. He's gone down on one knee and hammers that square for 6. The floodlight away to our left. As Fuller is going to go down on one knee and belt this one into the stand again, and that's gone considerably further back. In fact, only now do you hear it hit something.
Shay Simmons bowls, cut away by Brad Wheel, and that will be 4 runs. Bit of a loosener from young Shay Simmons, that one.
Barnard is hit, wraps him on the pad, a shout, and he's gone. Wheel goes, Barnard gets the wicket, his 4th, and the 9th wicket falls. Waits and hits this one hard and high and in over the top of mid-wicket for 6.
Bamber's in again, bowls. It's hammered away, high over mid-wicket. That'll be 3 bounces for 4, and that's Fuller's half-century. Past the umpire and bowls. Play a miss. Oh no, he's edged. Everybody's gone up. Oh, the umpire finally puts his finger up. Everybody was starting to race off. The umpire hadn't put his finger up, and I thought, oh, it's one of those.
Final radio duties done of the day as Abbott comes in round the wicket again, and this is pulled round the corner by Rob Yates, and it whistles for 4 on the outside of Brad Wheel.
Wheel in. Tries to take the bat away, but it actually hits the face of the bat, and it's running down towards 3rd, or fairly square of 3rd, and that's going to be 4 runs. Not quite sure he meant that.
So this one turns Yates round. Appeal for LBW, and he's been given. And Abbott doing what he does.
Comes in and bowls. Davis works that through mid-wicket. Lovely shot. Don't bother running for that one, either the batter or the fielders. Wheel again. Drive. Oh, that's 4 runs. I must admit, I lost the flight of that initially. It was just a push. Yeah, I'm not sure I have seen too much of him. He's tried to waft that away down the leg side. He could be caught at 3rd, and he's gone. Well, he's trying to waft that away over mid-wicket. He's got a huge top edge, and the ball's carried down to 3rd man.
Abbott striding in, driven by Latham. That's very neatly worked through the offside with the short boundary, and that's not a chase that's going to be won by Stoneman.
As Wheel comes in and bowls, and he pushes that out towards extra cover. Goes to Mark Stoneman, and that's the end of day 1, with Warwickshire replying to Hampshire's all-out total of 327 for 2.